Hello there, adventurers. Ben,
Danielle.
Astro,
Rocky.
and you're watching Vlogmas 2021 here with the Melick Adventures, where each day we are reading a new story from the Storybook collection advent calendar that we found at
Burlington Coat Factory.
So make sure you're sticking around and listening into our wonderful stories. And make sure each day that you like the video.
Subscribe.
And comment down below your thoughts on what you liked about that day's story. But before we get too far into it, voice is back, so let's get to it. On the 12th day of Vlogmas, Melick Adventures read to me.
I'm getting kind of tired of saying me.
Christmas is for friends.
What is that one?
Oliver and Company.
Oh.
This will be a good one. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. A heavy snow fell outside Jenny's Fifth Avenue townhouse, but inside a blazing fire warmed the luxurious living room. Look, Oliver, sang Jenny, we're going to have a white Christmas. Oliver looked up sadly from his cushion by the fireplace. Jenny sat next to him. What's the matter, kitty? Don't you feel well? Oliver let Jenny pet him and scratch under his chin, but soon he settled back onto his cushion. I know what's the matter, said Jenny as she reached for a photograph. You miss your friends. Although they had promised to visit often, Oliver's friends from the barge, Dodger, Einstein, and Tito, and the rest, have not been around in a while.
I like Tito.
Story for a different day. Oliver knew they were probably busy helping Fagin make a living, so Oliver's only animal company came from Jenny's poodle, Georgette, who, although friendly of late, was too snooty to be much fun. I know what I'll do, thought Jenny. I'll throw Oliver a Christmas party. That will cheer him up. Her parents were staying with relatives in Europe for the Christmas holiday. With no one around but the staff, Jenny could use some company herself. With the help of Winston, she wrote an invitation to Fagin and the rest of Oliver's friends. Winston printed it with fancy writing on a parchment scroll. To Mrs. and Madame Fagin, Dodger, Rita, Einstein, Francis, and Tito, the pleasure of your company is requested for dinner on Christmas Eve, December 24th, at 6 o'clock in the evening. RSVP, black tie, optional. Winston tied the invitation with a gold ribbon and delivered it to the barge. He found no one at home, so he tied it to the doorknob. Fagin was delighted with the invitation and read it to his friends, who leaped and yipped at the news. I bet that would be some feat, said Fagin. I think I can scrape up a black tie for each of us, but I wonder, where in town can we find an RSVP? Jenny, Winston, and the staff set about preparing a magnificent Christmas Eve dinner. Roast beef, roast goose, roast potatoes, and lots of puddings and pies. Winston called in the florist to drape the walls and the staircases with garland of holly all ablaze with white twinkling lights. Then they erected an enormous Christmas tree hung with gold and silver baubles and delicious dog bones around the bottom. Jenny went to dozens of stores buying gifts for the Christmas Eve guests. Oliver was delighted to see Jenny with her arms overflowing with gifts. The thought of seeing his old friends made Oliver very happy. On Christmas Eve, everything was ready. I hope they'll come, said Jenny, looking a little worried. They didn't RSVP. At that moment, 6 o'clock on the dot, the bell rang. There at the door were Oliver's 6 friends, each wearing a black tie. He was beside himself with joy. Oliver and the dogs chased one another around the room, unable to contain their excitement. All the guests enjoyed the elegant dinner. Little was left but a pile of bones. Afterward, Jenny sat everyone around the tree and handed out her gifts. A handsome pocket watch for Fagin, a sausage string for Dodger, and a small wicker basket with a lid for Tito to put his tools in. Frances opened a videotape of Shakespeare's play, and Einstein received a comfy pillow for his bed. Rita and Georgette opened their packages, were overjoyed to receive beautiful handmade sweaters. Exactly what a dog wants. Oliver received a tiny diamond-studded bell, which jingled when Jenny hung it on his collar. That way I'll always know where you are, she said. Georgette, in her new Angora sweater, looked slightly miffed, but didn't say anything. And now, Jenny, said Fagin, it's our turn. He laid out 6 crumpled packages tied with butcher string. I'm sorry we couldn't find an RSVP, he said. We looked everywhere. And Jenny tried not to giggle. Then she opened the first package. How nice, she exclaimed. Her friends had gone to a lot of trouble to give her a cuckoo clock with an exquisite bird, but no chime. Don't need a chime on a cuckoo bird. She also received a beautiful book of fairy tales with a taped cover, a picture frame with no glass, a one-armed doll who had beautiful eyes, a string of beads with no clasp, and a satin purse with a hole in it. How lovely, she said. She meant it, too. 'Twasn't much. Fagin looked down at his scuffed shoes. We found them all in the trash. I didn't figure you'd spend so much on all of us. Christmas isn't a spending contest, laughed Jenny. I love my gifts. They're all so unique, and I do love... She got no further because, with a crackling blue flash, every light in the house went out. Speaking of surprises, said Fagin, all these Christmas lights have blown a fuse. I'll try to find a flashlight, said Jenny. She groped her way across the marble floors. Thump! Jenny bumped into a table that held one of her mother's prized vases. Whoa, she said as she fell to the floor. Are you hurt? Called Fagin through the darkness. I don't think so, she said. Don't move, Jenny, called Winston. There may be broken shards around you. While Fagin and Winston tried to find Jenny, Tito, the electrical wizard, sniffed out the faulty fuse, and within minutes the room was once again aglow. I'm all right, said Jenny, and thank goodness, so is my mother's vase. I'm glad about the vase, said Fagin. Nice catch, but I'm even more glad that you're in one piece. Thank goodness you all were here, said Winston. We might have spent our whole Christmas in the dark. Thank goodness you all were here, Jenny repeated, because I can't imagine Christmas without you.
Hey, you didn't show the last page.
Oh, sorry. There you go. Boom. It's like the same as the front cover. Boom, 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 boom. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's Vlogmas episode. And until next time, make sure you guys stay safe.
Stay magical.
And keep adventuring. We'll see you on the next Vlogmas.
Bye.